When did your gut instinct literally save your life? When I was 19, I was driving home from my job at the movie theater around midnight on a Tuesday. It was pouring rain, and I was taking the back roads to avoid traffic. I'd made this drive hundreds of times, but tonight felt different. Something was off and sinister. About halfway home, I noticed headlights in my rearview mirror. They'd been following me for the last 10 minutes through every turn I made. At first, I thought it was just coincidence, but when I slowed down, they slowed down. When I sped up, they matched my speed exactly like a predator stalking prey. I started getting nervous, so I decided to test it. I took a random left turn onto a street that led nowhere, just a dead-end residential area. The headlights followed immediately without hesitation. I felt my stomach drop. This wasn't coincidence anymore. Someone was definitely following me, hunting me like an animal. I quickly turned around at the dead end and headed back to the main road. My hands were shaking violently on the steering wheel. The car was still behind me, staying about 50 feet back like a wolf keeping distance from its target. I could see it was a dark SUV, but couldn't make out the license plate through the rain. I tried calling 911, but my phone had no signal on these back roads. I was completely alone and vulnerable, trapped like prey. Then, I remembered something my dad taught me when I first started driving. If someone's following you, never go home, because then they know where you live. Instead, go to the nearest police station or fire department. I knew there was a 24-hour gas station about 5 miles ahead with security cameras and usually a few people around. I figured if I could get there, I'd be safe. But as I drove toward the gas station, the SUV started getting closer and closer until it was right behind me. Then it started flashing its high beams aggressively and honking frantically like a maniac. I was terrified. They were trying to get me to pull over. I pressed harder on the gas pedal, but the SUV kept up easily. Suddenly, it pulled into the left lane like it was going to pass me, but instead, it started swerving toward my car, trying to run me off the road. I jerked the steering wheel to the right, barely staying on the pavement. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it over the rain. That's when I saw the gas station lights ahead, but I also realized something horrible and shocking. The SUV wasn't trying to hurt me. It was trying to warn me, desperately save me. I looked in my rearview mirror and saw a man in my back seat. He'd been hiding there the whole time, probably since I left work, crouched down, waiting patiently like a spider. The SUV driver had seen him get into my car in the parking lot and had been following me, trying to get my attention to warn me. The man in my back seat was holding something metallic and sharp in his hand. I couldn't see what it was, but I knew I had seconds to act or die. I slammed on my brakes as hard as I could. The man flew forward, hitting the back of my seat hard. I immediately unlocked all the doors and dove out of the car, rolling onto the wet pavement. The SUV screeched to a stop and a woman jumped out, screaming hysterically, "I've been trying to warn you! There's someone in your car!" I saw him get in at the movie theater. The man stumbled out of my back seat and ran into the woods before anyone could stop him. When the police arrived, they found a knife on my car floor and security footage from the theater, showing him hiding behind cars in the parking lot, waiting for someone to leave alone. He'd been doing this for weeks, targeting young women who worked late shifts, stalking them. They caught him 3 days later, trying the same thing at a different theater. He's serving 15 years now, but I still check my backseat every single time I get in my car, and I always thank that woman who risked her own safety to try to save a complete stranger.